Hi guys, it's Mr. Gore coming to you with Screencast number 6 for this academic school year. Let's jump right into it. We got a lot to do in order to catch up with Mr. Moyer's class and also to get this investigate report finished before ICC starts up next week, because I know your focus probably won't be so much on finishing homework that week. All right, so let's get started. Our big question: what must our multimedia ad campaigns do to effectively solve our organization's problem? Well, we're talking about problems and solutions, so that must mean that we're finishing up design briefs in next class. Remember that design briefs are meant to do basically 4 things. 1, state the problem. 2, state the solution. You can probably repeat these with me by now. You know them by memory. Say who will benefit, right? Sometimes on the rubric we just call that for whom. And then finally, tell why the solution is important. Alright, there it is. Those are the 4 things that you want to accomplish in your design brief. Remember that it can literally be as easy as 1 sentence or 2 to state the problem, 1 sentence to state the solution, 1 sentence to say who will benefit, and 1 more to say why it's important. We're talking maybe 5 sentences max. It should be brief because, after all, that's what a design brief is. Just think, if your parents ask you, well, what are you doing in design technology? You should be able to show them the design brief. They read it. Oh, problem, solution, why it's important, and for whom? Yeah, I get what you're doing. Okay? All right, then after that, after we've effectively made up our design briefs, we're going to take a look at creating specifications. Now, you've all had the opportunity to meet with your clients. You've interviewed them, and you've got a better sense of what their problem is and what you can do to address it. So, I want you to get together in your groups, and I want you to come up with a list of specifications. In order to do that, you're going to have to think of what are those requirements for success. Not the desired, not those things that are desired, but what are those things that are absolutely required for you to have success. And once you've established a list that you all can agree upon, I want you to come to consensus around those, you're going to come up with some tests. Now remember that, again, for your tests, 1, they need to be measurable. You should be able to do your test and look at it and see the results, success or failure. You should never be able to conduct a test and say, I don't know, what do you think? Was that a success or failure? Should be a clear yes or no based on whatever test you come up with for your specification. And then number 2, you should be able to provide evidence of success or failure. Okay? Whether that's taking a photograph, taking a video, if it is the case that you take some kind of survey, you're going to provide those survey results. Now that I'm talking about survey, here's the issue. If you're going to do a survey, which obviously is going to get people's opinions, you will need to provide clear benchmarks for success. And what I mean by that is, i.e., 7 out of 10 people say yeah. 7 out of 10 people say yes, therefore my specification is a success. Something like that. If you're going to do a survey, you got to tell me how many people are going to be in that survey and what your benchmarks are for success. And then finally, if we get through all that, the very last thing that we're going to do is allow you to proofread, revise, and peer edit to get your investigate report where it needs to be to turn in on Thursday. Okay, guys, that's all I got for you. See you in class tomorrow.